Got a good question from my buddy Jake about which muscle groups you should train together and which you should save for separate days. So, with that in mind, we'll say that's really going to depend on your goals. There's three main types of goals that I see, so I'll cover those real quick. And those are going to be building muscle, losing weight. Usually, people want to do both, and building strength, right? So, we'll start with building muscle. If you want to build muscle, really it's all about time under tension. So you're going to want to hit a primary and then basically a supporting muscle. So let's say, for instance, you're thinking chest for your primary. You're going to want to do all the exercises that include your chest, and muscle building rep range 9 to 12, usually 6 to 9 for some people. So you're going to want to hit your chest. Go ahead and knock that out first. Usually you want shorter rest intervals, so I suggest doing 3 chest exercises in a row. After that, you're going to want to move on to your triceps because those are your secondary muscles in that action, right? Like triceps and shoulders. So they've already been worked, but not specifically. We haven't directly targeted them. So go ahead and bust out a few different exercises for your triceps. That's just going to add to your time under tension. So really that's probably the most effective way as far as building muscle goes. You're going to want to hit a primary and then a muscle that supports that primary. If you're doing back, usually that involves a lot of rowing, right? You're rowing or you're pulling or you're doing something that involves the biceps. So for your secondary, do a bunch of biceps. Hit your back first. That's your biggest muscle group. So usually you want to focus on that first. It'll let you build more muscle. And then go ahead and hit your biceps. Same thing can be applied throughout the body. Alright, so for fat loss, I'm going to go ahead and group that in there. You want to do more full body exercises, maybe even some calisthenics, so body weight exercises to target those areas if your goal is weight loss. But I suggest still pairing those muscles together because you do kind of want to create a hypertrophy response to grow those muscles, which will help you burn more calories ultimately, right? That's kind of why we're going after that. That's why I like to take that approach. Okay, and lastly, you want to talk about the strength building component. You really want as much stamina for each muscle group as you can. So if you're hitting chest, you would want to do one of the least involved muscles, either something lower body or, more commonly probably chest and biceps. When you're hitting your back, hit your back and triceps. When you're hitting your legs, split that up on 2 separate days because the legs are, unless you're doing strictly leg extensions, which are not that great for building strength anyways, you're probably doing like a whole body. You're doing a squat, you're doing a deadlift, you're doing a leg press. All of those are going to involve the front and the back. They will focus more on one or the other. But as far as strength goes, you kind of want to split it up as much as you can so you have the most stamina left in your muscles when you're ready to train that muscle group. So that's my advice. Take with it what you will. If you're building muscle or losing weight, do a primary and a secondary mover. And then if you're doing strength training, split it up as best you can. All right.